Hey guys, and a little bit of a apologies coming out from myself and Ez as we actually ran into a little bit of a difficulties over there. But we don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. The gameplay is actually rolling for game number 3. So let's go jump onto that so we can get straight into the action for you guys.
Absolutely. As we know, we need to find out who's going to be those top 24 teams going into the finals. And as game number 3, their chances of getting themselves enough of those points are running slim. As we know, for some of the groups, like group number 2, they literally just need a point. Just a point. Just a point. And they can get themselves into the top 24 depending on what the rest of the teams are going to be doing. And of course, as we know, game 1 looking a little bit more stacked in terms of the points that we have available. As we know, the teams have been a little bit more calculated, a little bit more strategic in making sure they're picking up points wherever they possibly can, and mainly due to placements and eliminations. There's been some huge eliminations in group number 1. I mean, I saw one of the teams actually rolling on 15 eliminations currently. So
Yeah.
stacked teams.
No, it is, and I think games group 2, like we just mentioned, I think it's starting to slow down just a tad bit. We do have 44 players, and this would usually be far down already, but now it does look like players are trying to play passive, are trying to make that top 24. So let's see exactly what is in line for some of these guys over here. For Travis and Rejects, they've been consistent. They've already guaranteed their grand finals position. It all comes now down to using these games to their advantage and learn where different players loot, where the loot parts are available for them. So it all comes down to that very moment over there. So let's see exactly what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, a bit of pressure could be applied to the rest of the teams, as we know. I mean, like we said, Rejects and Travis, they're currently in third place. They're with 35 points. And we said, the threshold to getting into 24 right now for this group is 0 points. Just get 1 point. Just 1 point, please.
Yes.
So, again, I agree with you. I think they've pretty much, secured themselves. It's about really just applying that pressure onto the rest of these maps. Maybe doing a couple of tests here, running a couple of strategies, maybe even, like you said, getting that information as to the rotations these teams tend to take and their desired loot paths, or just having a blast and maybe full sending it for a couple of those crazy fights. You can already see a couple of shots just running on through, making some nice connections here. So an opportunity to get reset and back into this. This is what the teams have to look at. So the teams who are not currently in 24, shake it off. You've still got 2 more games left and 2 more opportunities to get points. I mean, you need to get at least 5 points in the first group. You need to get at least 1 point in the second group. It's doable. It's absolutely doable. Just reset yourself and play calculated. Keep that strategy in check. As you can see already, Rejects and Travis may be looking for a little bit of those earlier rotations and earlier eliminations.
Yeah, definitely. And right now,
Ooh.
Rejects a bit alone over there. Travis, however, covering him with some great tags, managing to steal 29 times 2 over there, trying to get a bit of an SMG spray. Nothing yet from that over there, however. And this right formation right here is quite amazing. Actually, they've just cut off Travis right now, so you can't actually spray from that area with the armored wall. And Rejects will just need to maybe meet up with Travis over here, just disengage from the fight completely, just to make sure that they can get into the zone when it is time. You do got 30 seconds over there, and you don't want to die off too early, especially for this time of weekend. Wait a minute! Septic!
No. You cannot just do a 180 and get a shot like that from distance out of who knows where. Coming on through, of course, they've got the knock now, so they want to take the push in. They're going to get the elimination. And all of a sudden, everyone should be running from Travis and Rejects. That is it. That's all I have to say.
That is all you have to say. I am in shook as well as we just witnessed a disintegration of note. I mean, he just
180, just bam.
yeah, took his life away. But I mean, question mark, what is Septic doing? Not building, not moving. He stayed in a single position. He's got to turn up his reaction time over there because it was quite slow to Reject's aim right now. So that was massive play from him, guys. Let's go over to name on them. The big question is, did Neymar and Bojo survive? We actually got Bojo here off spawn alone. Neymar's caught absolutely finished, so unfortunately no reboot will be happening. So we're gonna give them the time and space to do what they need to do to get out into a safe position. We still do have other competitive players in and around. Also, Flash losing his duo teammate, he's now gonna be left as a solo as well. So that is not gonna be great for him on his end over there. Altus and Toasty, however, another duo in the tournament. It does look like they're going to be in Group 1 as well. Now, Altus and Toast, great individuals. Toast, however, he has one of the greatest aims in the games. Unfortunately, we don't have his POV. We have Altus POV. But if Altus does die and we get to spectate his duo teamer and a truck comes in here, full force, breaking their build. Question mark, what has happened over there?
Surprise. It's a delivery.
Literally, they came in, left out, quick Aramax delivery. They just dropped in quite hot.
Knocked at the door, dropped the package off, and decided to just hightail it on out. But of course, as we know, a little bit of that damage now coming through to the mat, so they're going to have to just reset themselves. Still looking for a couple of those possible little cheeky angles here. Maybe get some of those eliminations. Oh, a lot of damage being dealt at this cast, so hopefully they don't get focused. Otherwise, it could be a bit of a bad time. Are going to be having to go through a couple of shots there. Nice little bit of a change up here, so they can box themselves in and maybe get themselves reset. We do have that zone heading towards Tilted Towers, though, so that's going to be interesting for the teams, as we mentioned briefly, in the beginning, that had usually found themselves going towards this as an initial spawn point. They might be already set up, waiting for these teams to rotate on in on the high ground and just start beaming, start getting some eliminations.
Yeah, definitely. You got that blimp over there, so people already got that natural height on some of the individuals. They can also then use, the wings of the blimp to actually fly off if they need to launch into the next zone or whatever the case may be. But Tilted Towers Endgame. What a nostalgic feeling over here to witness this. After many seasons ago, we used to have Tilted Towers in the Fortnite map. It did come back last season, but it's rare to have, your Tilted Towers being your end zone over there. So such a nostalgic feeling, and I'm sure a lot of the OG Fortnite viewers here in the chat would appreciate an end game we do have for you guys over here. Ooh.
Absolutely, but you were talking about it, and while you were talking about it, there was just a little bit of a cheeky spot coming on through. So, a nice little cheeky elimination already confirmed and dusted, so they can get themselves back up into this one. And I guess for a few of these teams, it's these opportunities that are going to be absolutely crucial for them to pick up those much needed points and just get themselves set up into that top 24, at least nice and comfortably. Like you said, for a team like Travis and them, for a team like Rejects, they've set themselves up. They don't need to worry. They don't have that pressure on the back of their shoulders to really just push for those points to get themselves into the top 24. So they've almost pretty much done their job. For the rest of these teams, however, they need to work and get into that top 24. So again, picking off eliminations wherever you can, not only it gives you a little bit of space to work with in the zone, but it also takes out some of that competition that you're fighting against.
Literally, yeah. We've got 45 players here, guys, in game number 3 right now in 50-50 zone. Very good numbers that we see on screen right now. It all comes down to how they handle the rotations and so forth. Ooh. Utilizing a launch pad where not needed, right? What a waste over there, but you know what? Maybe he is a solo. He's trying to avoid being eliminated, but it does look like either way he gets killed out the sky. So 57 meters away, got eliminated right over there. So that is unfortunate. Hey. Altus and Toast quite happy. They have a launchpad place for themselves, so they can easily rotate into the next circle over here, which they are currently in, but that first moving zone is going to be crucial. Let's head over back to the individuals, Travis and Rejects, just to see how things are looking like on their end over there. So we do got these two players right now in a 29 lobby.
Oh, again, we always come back to the second lobby, and the second lobby just seems to be so much more active than what we see in the first lobby. Really heavy, focus there towards those eliminations, especially maybe those off-spawn eliminations. But you gotta be careful of these insane little bit of chips that are coming through here from Travis and Rejects, just doing the damage and making sure that it is a heavy investment for teams to try and make a rotation into the zone, which they currently have. They have control. They can gatekeep teams out of the zone and really make it difficult for them.
Literally, and that is essentially the key. You want to make it difficult for all your opposition because they holding placement points for you. So if the team's not dying and the team's holding on, as here like they are right now, all the materials being used, so many players focusing right now. They go in the sky and the knock comes down. And Travis with the elimination over there. Look at how much they are tallying up right now. They're already sitting on 5 eliminations as it currently stands. Maybe even 6 as they just get that confirmed elimination right now. But what a spectacular performance coming out from Travis and Regents in group number 2.
Oh, looking for number 7, baby. Of course, we have to just push it to the limit. And that's exactly what Travis and Rejects are doing. Again, they don't need the points. You know, not by a long shot. They are sitting quite comfortably there towards that top 6, top 3 even. So, an opportunity like this, they are just going to take it by the storm, but take it by the horns, really, because it's making that opposition so much easier for them to work with. So, as they take a look at it... Oh! Yes! Yes, we love to see that coming through. Again, beautiful knocks coming through. They've got the jump pad, so they can take a nice, easy rotation in as long as they're not getting focused, which doesn't seem to be the case, as number 7 does come on through. They are just picking up points left, right, and center here.
Going in on high. Look how much materials they also have to utilize over here. So they're quite happy. The beam coming into play as well, managing to crack the second to high player right now. And it does look like Travis wants to clean up 18 damage wide, but will he be able to connect those final shots? Is the question over here. And it does look like he's focusing in on the top. He does not want to make that same mistake he did in the previous game. And maybe just secure a little bit of a victory royale here in the playoffs. Just a little bit of a confidence boost to go into that grand finals.
Oh, I love to see it. And you can see they are literally happy to take a piece out of anyone and everyone that's making that rotation. And because they made that earlier rotation, once again, they're being the thorn in everyone's sides. They're gatekeeping some of these teams trying to get a good position in. But now that zone moving up a little bit more north, they have to make that rotation through, jump pad down. They're heading in straight to the action. And straight into the action, I say that because we've got so many teams here building their boxes, trying to get set up here. But of course, we know there's no contention. Like a contention coming through here from Goliath Gaming, looking to pick up the competition and take them out. Not for dinner, but back to the lobby.
Literally, that is the case over there. Let's go over to Altus and Toasty to see exactly how things are looking like for them, as they are alive with 20 players moving zone, and that is an absolute stack of a moving zone we have right there for you guys. What a great top coming in. Light Mats, however, as they need to get themselves a massive refresh. Toasty losing a lot of his HP, actually now needing to just revitalize his health back to 200, as he does have himself big pots, chug splashes, and all the good juicy to get back into a good amount of HP right over there. But I think we want to see that winning POV, so let's just go over back to Rejects and Travis just to have a little bit of a good peek at their group 2 stage right now.
Oh, they are hungry for that victory royale. They were so close in that previous game, and again, coming through as a solo in the first, coming back as a duo, doing really well, coming all the way to top 6. Now they want that opportunity to get back even further past top 3 up into that victory royale, and that's going to come down to how they're going to manage all of these teams moving on into this final zone. I mean, not a lot of players left. They have a huge opportunity here, and they're still applying so much of the pressure as these teams try to tunnel through into safety. But again, where is the safety when Travis is holding the high ground like he is now?
Does look like he's gonna go pick up another kill right here.
Hello.
As he does so indeed. Hiding behind wood means you're gonna get eliminated. Got the double edit. Does have a clean pathway of a opposition over there. Gets a little bit of a shotgun tag, but now it comes down to a 2v2 situation, as these 2 players down below are the remaining versus Rejects and Travis. Great double pump back to back, and follows up with an SMG spray. Player in the bush, but will Rejects find him? He does indeed. He gets the victory royale. Let's just quickly see. Maybe we can jump onto Altus and Toasty just before we actually finish that game over there. And they are still alive over here. So we got more action for you guys. Strap in because it's still far to end.
Oh, you can see still so many teams left here in this final moving zone. And you can see a couple of crazy builds going around here as the teams have tunneled into the action here. Now, holding the line, you can see maybe a couple of spots coming through, just that edit going through. Not going to spot out anyone just yet. little bit of the quiet before the storm as we're trying to find the angles here. Nice bit of a shot coming through. Gonna get them down to white, down to the knock. And it is looking good for Altus and Toasty here. They just need to hold the line. Of course, still quite a few players left alive, but we've got some beautiful pumps coming through. And hopefully, this could mean something. But down to only a solo we go, but still picking up eliminations. What is going on here?
Massive plays from Altus over here. Now down to one individual and himself and another duo here alive right now. No mats at hand whatsoever. No shields to his name. It is a dream that is yet to be lived here from Altus. If he wants to win the victory royale right now, let's see exactly what happens. Nothing.
Ooh.
He gets eliminated. Done and dusted, third place position right over there, and we do just see exactly that there is a confirmed solo down below, and he's not able to do anything as they just easily clean that up on the low ground. So let's go over back and talk about this, because that was kind of crazy, and I have to say absolutely GG's to Travis and Rejects, who now managed to pull up the socks and get that victory royale. I mean, like you mentioned, solo first game, second game, they just missed out on a massive opportunity to win the game. And then they finally catch up with that and grab it in game number 3.
Yeah, so I mean, a great little bit of a story there for them. Again, they don't need the points, but I mean, they definitely won't say no to them. They're just taking them away from the opposition, who are desperately trying to fight to get into those top 24 slots. And again, for Travis and Rejects, in a group that is as active as their group, as we know, they've been placing a huge focus there onto eliminations, because every time we jump into that lobby, the numbers are just dwindling. I think it was a little bit higher this time around, but it is still looking so much more active than when compared to that first lobby. So because of that, to take into consideration that they are in such a stacked lobby and they are still picking up elimination after elimination, now coming back for that victory royale, they've set themselves on a momentum train that doesn't seem to stop anytime soon. And we've only got one more game left for the teams to try get into top 24. And I can tell you, when we go take a look back at those scores, I think it's going to be pretty crazy.
It is indeed going to be a little bit crazy over there. I mean, before this game, all he needed was 1 point. But let's see how much that has changed for Group 2. Group 1, on the other hand, we looked at it. Its competition is on a different level. You've got 29 people on moving zones. And going to the very end, you had 3 teams, 2 solos, 1 full duo over there. It was absolute crazy. Altus, no mats at hand, couldn't really cover himself. Tried his level best. Question is, how did Toasty die? What happened to his one-on-one situation? He supposedly has the best aim in South Africa. Where are you now, Toasty? So let's see exactly what happens going into game number 4. Are these players able to redeem themselves a little bit? Want to show and want to see exactly what happened there with Neymar and Bojo. We'll see and have a little bit of a chat as well to find out exactly what went wrong in game number 3. Because Bojo was a solo. Neymar had died, but we'll give you guys that intel going into game number 4. Guys, we'll be back shortly after the break.
we do here is go back.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the All-Star Fortnite competition that we have right now. It is the playoffs final game over here. And when I do say to you that some of the stuff has changed dramatically, I mean, from 0 points to 6 points to qual now, that is a massive change. So, talk about the leaderboard here as proxy.
Yeah, so we were talking about that threshold a little bit off camera. We're not really placing too heavy focus on the first and second place, teams because again, we have to keep in mind that these are qualifiers. These are not the finals. These are not playing for prize pool money. They're just playing to get into that top 24 to get into finals where they can put their best foot forward. So currently, we said Group 2, a little bit of a change up before that third game. You just had to get 1 point to get into that top 24. Now in 24th place, you have to at least be past 6 points because right now we've got best player Lucid and Story currently running with 6 placement points. Above them is also 6, and then 7, 9, 10. It's looking a little bit close, but there's still an opportunity. Just that minimum that has to come through.
Literally.
Group 1, on the other hand, 8 points is going to be that threshold. Currently, we've got Adrian and Zaz actually holding 8 points currently. So they have an opportunity, obviously, to keep some of the other teams. If they push that themselves a little bit further, then it's going to look stacked. And what's nice about Group 1, we have 8 points as the threshold. Above them, it's 9. Below them, there's 2 other teams with 8 points. Below them, 6 points, 4 points. It's very close. It's an extremely close group for that Group 1 lobby. Group 2, a little bit more top heavy. I mean, you can kind of see that when you look at the top team holding 74 points. Same can be said for Lobby 1, though. Team Shark right now holding 85 points, and that's Chim and Aquav, which you mentioned you were keeping an eye out for today.
Definitely, they were in my books. But talking about books, guys, Game 4 has officially launched. So I want you guys to strap in because this one's going to be quite interesting. We got a couple different POVs of spawn over here. It's going to be Topsy and going in at an off-spawn situation at Chunky Speedway, which I believe is Gloves and Ace drop spot as well, and they are in the same group stages. This time around, we're not going to be looking at Neymar. We'll go to Neymar after this off-spawn fight over here. But if Subsy and Flash do win this one over here, I believe that in fact, because never mind, let's just drop that topic. Let's just focus on the gameplay here. We focus on the gameplay.
Wait.
Yeah, my maths didn't add up for a second. I'm not a mathematician. I'm here to give you guys the gameplay, right? So when it comes to adding your ones and 1 plus 1 equals 11, I'm not great at that.
No, same. My quick math is not very quick and it's not very mathy, so it's fine. We'll leave that to the admins to do what they do best. But yeah, heading here towards the desert, which we haven't been able to see for a while, so Chonka Speedway might be a little bit interesting if we do have a few more teams coming on through for those off-spawn eliminations, potentially. As we know, I'm going to be very curious to see what's going to happen there towards Cavern. Taking quite a few shots there as they're heading on through, at least dropping into a building so some cover is available. They can get themselves set up and looted up. But it is going to be interesting. I feel like there's opportunities for a few of the teams that find themselves towards, that bottom part of the lobbies. And again, I keep saying top 24, top 24. We've got 48 teams per lobby. So we are literally halving the teams ready for finals, ready for these two lobbies to get themselves those top 24. It's a lot of teams that we have to filter through. So unfortunately, there is always going to be those 24 teams that we're going to have to say goodbye to in each lobby. And it sucks. It does. We would love to have everyone play for finals, but that would be ridiculous. So,
Yeah, it would be one when possible. You'd again then need
96
to
teams in one lobby.
imagine if
Uh-uh.
Fortnite did allow it. Like
Yo.
theoretically speaking, imagine there was no player cap on per
Well, then
lobby.
it doesn't matter where you're dropping. You're going to be dropping with five other teams.
Literally, that is the case. And yeah, no, but duos right over here, 100 players, 50 teams. That's where I start to enjoy team-based modes because again, we're talking about that drop spot, and in solos, you got separate 100 players to drop on this one single map. So thank you, Metal State, Incredible Connections, and Asus ROG for a Fortnite duo comp because we do get to see talent across the board. Team-based modes are just so much more better. And talking about so much better, who is going to be better at Chunky Speedway Clubs or Sobsy? It comes down to this fight over here. Lots of mats already used. You can see Sobsy has nothing to build in cover for him right now. So it has to come down to this single fight that is at hand right here, right now. Dropping down below, SMG spray, nothing yet connected. One player down, another one done and dusted. Gloves and ace gone, and there goes the toxic emotes here off spawn at Chunky. As what happened here?
Oh, look, it just came down to those final shots. They're dropping down into perfect purview of those two teams. No cover for them to really work with. And then, I mean, hey, just pull out those shotguns and start pumping away at the damage. And they did exactly that. So Chonka's Speedway is going to be theirs. They're going to be able to get themselves looted up. Already looking pretty good. Just those mats that
Yeah.
need a little bit of a buff because they're not looking too good, if I can say that. But at least they're winning that off-spawn fight. As we know, great opportunity for some of the teams to get themselves comfortable in that top 24. Some have already done that. Some are still fighting desperately for those very, very close 24th positions above and below. It's still anyone's game. If I look at those 24 placements, I mean, it's 1 point here, 1 point there, and you could either be in or you could be out. So it's rough, but these teams really have to put in the effort they need to in this last game and get themselves steady. Again, gonna tell the viewers, do not take what's happening here as sort of a pure indication of what's going to happen on finals. These teams are playing for qualifiers. They're not playing to sort of show off all of their victory royales. They're not playing for prize pools. They are playing to qualify. So it's going to be a very different strategy coming through today versus Saturday when we do have those finals happening, because the teams will then be playing for that big money. They will be playing for that 1,000 Rand prize pool. So you
100.
best believe not only is the pressure going to be on their backs, but obviously they need to put their best foot forwards.
Literally, and that's why we're not talking about your podium finishes today. They've made it, but they're not gonna play like that again. Come finals, you
Mm.
got Storm Surge, and we'll talk a lot more about Storm Surge when you do see a higher threshold, more players alive and around the map. And I can guarantee you, you guys will be blown away at what is required from a Fortnite competitive player when every inch to your left or right or top or bottom is a player in an end game 50-50 position.
Oof.
As I've seen it, she mind blowing, right?
It's crazy. Like every time I see it, you just see names stacked on your screen. If you're watching like from an observer tool, it's crazy. You can't even tell. Okay, are they alone? Are they in a box with like five other teams right now? What's happening?
Mm.
It's chaos, and it's what we love to see because that's really where that management of, well, the best of Fortnite building and shooting can really give you comes on through, and we get to see the best of these teams. But already a couple of opportunities here for Neymar and of course Bojo to come through, maybe pick up some of those eliminations. It looks like there's one team already rotating on out, getting in the truck and just trying to hightail it out of here towards Greasy Groves. Which again, I don't blame them. If I saw Neymar or Reject or Bojo, sorry, I would run. I would
Yeah,
leave. Even Rejects, even Travis, all of them.
even
If I see
rejects.
those names, I run.
The thing is, They will find you. I don't know how they do it, but they just
They
know.
can sniff you. They
Yeah,
can just
they
be like,
just
they can smell
know
you. They can be like, ah, there's Iroh. I'm gonna take him out.
exactly, and there's nothing you can do about it. The way you move in the game, a Fortnite tier pro player is gonna know exactly who who you are, what how good you are at the game, just by how you built your one-on-one box, or even whether you're boxing up right now in wood. If you're boxed up right now in wood, and they want them drive past you, they are gonna go into that box, because the question is like, does he really know what's happening in the Fortnite competitive environment? You can't be building in a box made out of wood in this area. You need to do either brick or heavy metal, because it isn't easy to beam those walls. You gotta use a lot more ammo, and it's just a waste of your time. Then you start to think, oh wait, this player is a bit experienced. We don't want to doubly key this. Just some of the tips over there, guys. If you are starting out here in the playoffs and maybe you haven't made it to grand finals, maybe you guys are watching us from your Dying of Swan game number 4, have a look at what a name on them do, how they rotate. Look how they use 2 different vehicles instead of 1. These are some of the things we need to take note of over
Hey.
here. And talking about notes, we see name on them actually going into a battle right now over here. Great drop onto the player right now, dealing quite a little bit of damage, going in for the SMG spray. Will he be able to connect is the question. Unfortunately not. However, now looking to sandwich the one player as they do separate from one another.
And you said it. I mean, they were building their app with wood. Here comes through the vehicle, breaks the base down, and all of a sudden this team has to drop down into the building to work with some cover here. But of course, I mean, you got Nemo and Bojo here who are currently surrounding you, have broken your shields, have got you onto white, and are looking for those final connections here. A little bit of a box coming through, a nice little cheeky pump, and that's going
Oh,
to be the finish.
that's Etek and Demos going
Oh
down
no.
at sign up station. That is their job spot as well. But to be eliminated so quickly by Neymar and Boja, I would never have called that unfortunate. But again, we've mentioned it, Ez has mentioned it. These are playoffs. They're not gonna, they've already qualified. They're not gonna full send at this moment. So let's go and have a look at what the other players have in mind for us today. Altus and Toast, who came third in their previous game right over there, was quite amazing. So I
Oh
just
yeah.
want to confirm. Let's just go over to Travis and Reject, see how things are looking like for them. And there we go. I don't know why, but I gut feeling, I knew something was happening over here.
Oh, rejects down, knocked. Oh, a little bit of a tough time here, but they should be able to get that res coming on through. They are in the storm. You have to make a little bit of a rotation to come on through, but it's not too bad just yet. They're still set up in a position where they can rotate. They can get themselves back into this. We're not heavily into those storms. There is an opportunity for them. They just need to finish this fight, though. So they're still in contention here, and they have to make that rotation. So now we got Travis out and about while Rejects is trying to heal on up as a little bit of a bait and switch comes on through. They drop to the low ground looking for those angles here. But they are going to get themselves set up in a nice opportunity here. Actually, a bit of loot here to work with, so some eliminations have already happened. They still just need to make those rotations.
I just love how Travis takes all the attention to himself while Rejects is there healing up. Great move.
Bait
Now
and
they can
switch.
get the elimination over here.
Ooh.
Massive decision plays coming out from Travis. He got the revive as quick as possible onto Rejects. Rejects, however, on 30 HP in zone, he can't get too much attention to him. So you got Travis building out and expanding, getting all that gunfire towards him, and there we go. That's how you do it. And now they both are alive and running into the zone right here. 41 players remaining, group number 2, trying to slither in as much points as they can possibly. And material count looking decent across the field, in fact. Everything in the backpack is quite good over there. Ammunition, heals, and the swords.
Oh yeah, they're stacked, absolutely stacked with materials right now, 500 apiece. So they're looking good. They've got an opportunity here to get some nice rotations as well. They've got some jump pads to work with, great heals, so good opportunities for them to take this a little bit further. Maybe another victory royale, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm gonna take whatever these teams are doing today with a pinch of salt, because I'm expecting that those finals are going to be a whole different ball game. Of course, that rotation going all the way to the northern side, so teams now making a little bit of a shift here as they're trying to find themselves a nice little bit of an angle here to work with, but need to be careful of those blimp positions. As we know, Tilted Towers here, opportunity for the high ground and opportunity for some teams to get knocked down by Travis. I'm done with this man. I'm done with him.
Just looked into the sky, no questions asked,
Bam!
and fires his weapon. Was able to get a knock
He
over
makes
there.
it look so easy.
Does,
It's not
eh?
fair.
It isn't fair, and that was a headshot while the player was gliding in the sky. So just very unfortunate. One of the individuals over there is gonna get cracked as well, and this is crazy. Midget 90 done and dusted, eliminated over here. No really POV that we can get from rejects or field of view to actually get onto the opposition over there. And that's what's so nice about those blimps, is that it's so hard to actually get a direct shot over there.
No. I just don't want him to do it again. I think my heart can't take it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it would be fair. But right now, oh
It's
no,
gonna
he's
happen.
dead.
It's
He's
gonna
gone. Oh, he manages to get a full beam onto Inferno in the sky. You do not live when Travis is looking at you in the sky. Massive GGs. Absolutely crazy. Individual now
Just
swimming
swim. Just swim. Just run. Just bold. Just get yourself out of dodge here. I mean, Travis is coming after you, and after the shots he's just been hitting, please, just look at the feed and realize what's happening. But I mean, it's a great opportunity here for us to really witness some of these teams. Again, we've got a good mix of pro players, we've got a good mix of, maybe some newer players coming through and trying to make their hand here at competitive Fortnite play, which is a great opportunity. I mean, if there's ever a tournament to get involved in, it would obviously be the 1,000 Rand prize pool coming through here from Incredible Connection, All-Star Gaming, and Aces ROG. I would also jump in if I was half as decent as anyone here.
Yeah, we take out talent in casting the gameplay. That's where we because I myself, boomer mechanics, I am retired. I would never in a lifetime try to do what these competitive players do on a month-to-month basis. So yeah, props to the Fortnite competitive players. Some of these guys, Travis in university, but he still keeps a high-level gameplay over here. Rejects does need a little bit of cover over there, as he is down to literally 30-50 HP over there, so he just needs to work a little bit on cover. But it does look like we got the beamer of note ready to give him cover at hand right here.
Nice little bit of a reset. They did get some materials here. Are going to be getting a little bit of pressure. Going to have to reset those mats. Just pick up those bricks and make sure that they are giving themselves enough cover here to reset. Reject still a little bit low on that HP, but Travis has managed to get that medkit up. They're going to use the jump pad to try and get out of dodge here. Oh, I'm going to be looking to make it. Are taking a little bit of damage there as they're trying to make that rotation in. Out in the open they are, but again, doesn't look like there's any players here to contend with, so they should be able to get in. And as we make it to 34 players, we're officially in that 17th position place. So this is where the team starts to pick up those placement points, and this is where they can really start hunkering down on those opportunities to get into the top 24. It's going to come down to placements. It's going to come down to your elimination points. Everything in this last game, if you want to get into the top 24, and that might help you if you can just get out of Travis's crosshair. I think that would be a good opportunity.
Definitely
Just,
would be.
just don't go to him, please.
Literally. So here, 32 players in group number 2. Let's go jump on board with them as they control the group 1 area over there, and then we can jump on board with Toasty and the rest of the players. We are starting to see Game 4 being a bit more active here for the Fortnite players. 39 players remaining. This is almost as equivalent to Travis and Nem's group as it currently stands right now. But here at Rocky Reels, just covering and getting their material count up. Quite low on materials, actually, for such a mid-game area for the individuals. I mean, less than 200 wood, 300 brick, and almost 500 metal, but does look like teams are coming here. The thing is, they're coming to the wrong team, right? You don't want to be pushing such confidence as well. You can just see the confidence from this Duo team, and you're like, what are you doing? But it does look like the team to leave actually is going to be Neymar and Bojo. But it's just like, just don't. Just, you don't want to do this.
Not right now, no. Again, if you're one of those teams that are not currently in that top 24, everything counts. Every mistake that you're going to make is going to cost you that final spot. So, need to be very careful about which engagements you actually do invest into. And an engagement with Neymar and Bojo is not one that I would gamble on. So hopefully the teams are going to be just ducking and diving out of dodge to make sure that they're not taking any heavy losses here. Again, I mean, in terms of the mats, not too crazy set up here for them. They're not like, fully stacked necessarily. Got some great guns to work with though, and a couple of chug splashes and some floppers. So going to be interested to see what they make use of that and if they are going to be able to pick up a little bit more. Already a couple shots just coming through. Maybe some hello welcoming shots. Welcome to our town. We've been waiting for you.
Literally. Still 1 minute on the zone rotation. They still have enough time to get into that area. They can also use the web if they want to get into a good distance, but it does look like the individual is trying to fight over here, and they do need that refresh. So I guess it is a good time to take a good fight right here.
Ooh, nice little bit of an opportunity if they can do so. I mean, coming on through, just trying to break down the walls, break down the stairs, get a little bit closer to these teams. Already a jump pad has been dropped, but I mean, not before some eliminations happen. So they'll be able to pick up some free mats. I mean, this is what they needed. Now they're practically stacked, got themselves fully set up in terms of the kit they need. But again, rotations have to happen. And again, if a focus like this has happened, it might be difficult. A bit of an armored wall even got dropped. So, nice little bit of a build up here as they do reset. They get themselves boxed in and they're looking pretty all right for the time being, just on that edge of zone. Again, a few more teams still dropping. What's going on?
Yeah, nice materials to the side of them there. Hopefully Bojo is able to get a refresh because Neymar did. Neymar's sitting on good material count. So good refreshes for them. They didn't pick up any of the eliminations. However, it was a little bit of a focus from the oppositions in and around. So let's go jump on board with Altus and Toast and see exactly what is cooking with them. How have they been in this game around over here? So they find themselves in a good position as well, and just needing to max pull that zone right there. They do got a launch pad, but question is, do they take it?
That's going to be the question here. Okay, that 50th zone is already set and ready. Just waiting for that stream to come on back so we can actually see what else is happening. But I mean, a little bit of a reset coming through. So some of the teams, some awkward rotations for them to make here. Quite a few already set up and waiting for those rotations. Those teams just flying on past their faces right now. But again, a bit of a move. Going to that lower ground, getting into that jump pad. Don't want to use whatever jump pads you've got. Just, use your neighbors. It's fine. Just get into that zone. And I mean, immediately, they're going to go straight into a little bit of an action here, right alongside a few neighbors to work with here. Maybe a couple of free eliminations along the corner. But they'll have to find that angle here. That's going to be the important bit. And again, if they expose themselves, they're going to get beamed, Iro.
They are indeed going to get beamed right here. Crack, but is healing with a barrel that isn't even his. So he did get a little bit of juice back from that one over there. But 28 days remaining right now, and now they're just getting a focus quite unnecessary over here, and a lot of fall damage coming in from Altus, unfortunately. They do look at Toast HP, dual partner right over there, very low as well, and it does look like, there's only 2 minis at hand. He drops the one. What could they potentially do in such a sticky situation is the question. They have to get an elimination. They need the refresh mats as well over there, because they don't have that much to work with in the first moving zone that is in play. Luckily, they do have a launch pad, but you won't want to be risking a launch pad right now when there's the likes of Neymar and Bojo in your lobby as well, doing the madness that they could potentially do. Very low HP across for the team. Now it comes down to some hopeful wishing that they actually get something of some sort.
Oh, it's so tempting. There's just so many teams just around the corner and plenty of opportunities to get some good loot. You can see there's a couple of loots already spread out and they're just so tempted to go get them out. But as soon as they do, as soon as they expose themselves, they might be getting taken out. Already a little bit of a jump pad coming on through. They need to get into that storm and that eye. Already dropping on a car of another team. This is going to be an awkward one, but it might be worth the elimination. If they can get themselves boxed in, if they can find that angle, they can get themselves refreshed on the equipment that they need, which they are desperately running low on.
Definitely need only 485 in total here for the duo, but it does look like maybe now they find a gift of pleasure and refresh coming in right now. So let's see exactly what happens right here. Altus and them just need to get into the zone a little bit over here, and it does look like they're going to go in for the full SMG double spray, but unfortunately not able to find the player right over there. He is above, but no shots were connected in that moment over there. Let's go jump on board with Subsy and Flash, see how they're doing from that off-spawn fight that we did get to witness in Chonky Speedway. Flash literally sitting on 1 HP.
Run, run. You have no choice.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a little bit of a heal can come through for Flash. I already see some shields pots being popped off there, so they should be fine. They should be fine.
That white HP though, once you get tickled so much, has just a hair shrink from the zone, you're dead, because yeah, 10 ticker zone right here in the moving zones. 5 eliminations, the team is doing so well. Great rotations, no mats whatsoever. He jumps straight into the box, and it does look like it just needs that final left of maybe even pickaxe kill. But now there's a full duo in front of them. No mats at hand to actually get those materials off Cypher that was left for him over there. Unfortunately, now they just need to continue hoping that they can do what they do best. And that is picking up eliminations, but unfortunately they find themselves in a sticky situation and they won't get eliminated over there.
Oh, it was that tickle. It was that zone tickle that came on through, and Flash was still so incredibly low. So unfortunately, that's going to be them confirmed out and for the count. Of course, we tune in back to Travis and Rejects. Rejects now down, and Travis back as a solo. Not looking so good in terms of that HP. Hoping to quickly reset as that zone is busy moving. And again, you want to make sure that you're ready for this. I mean, in terms of movements, we'll have to wait and see if they do have a jump pad available. It does look a little bit difficult, though. Oh! Right through the roof we go.
Action there for him to survive, unfortunately. However, we do got on the other side of things, Toasty still being alive over here. Great 92 pump damage shot coming out from him. And now it comes down to just wiping the floor over there. But unfortunately, he's going to be the one who is swept clean. Take the L dance as well at present over here. It does look like this team is comfortable to take the lead over there, as it is a 2v1 situation as it stands in the situation. And it's Dan all the way on low ground. And it does look like Dan loaded up as a solo. So to get into second place position as a solo is going to be quite fantastic for the team here in playoffs.
I mean, this is what you want. You just want those points. However you get them, whether as a solo, whether as a duo, whether you get that victory royale, as we can see on our screens right now, to, of course, and a potential anonymous team here. It is just about getting those points. Get into those top 24 slots. Make sure that you come back for finals, and make sure that you really put your best foot forward for that 1,000 Rand prize pool. That is the important bit. So, I mean, hey, if you get points, you get points.
Well, we're back here to chat about it and to summarize and close off the entire 4 games of playoffs of the Fortnite All-Star tournament that we had on our hand over here. Very interesting, I have to say. A lot of the, very good consistency coming out from the teams over there. I did enjoy watching Travis and Rejects do some magic. I mean, really well done to the gameplay over there. It's going to be slightly different, maybe to finals. Maybe they don't change anything. Maybe this is your team to go all out no matter where you're looking at. I mean, who turns 180 and deals that amount of damage?
Travis.
Exactly. So
I can answer that.
I mean, you witnessed it. You didn't want it to happen more. You witnessed it. And yeah, but other than that, key moments here for you this evening, as
I think the key moments are going to be, a lot of the solos that had to deal with some really tough situations. I mean, even there towards the end, we had Dan coming through as the solo for the team. Coming through in second place is nothing to scoff at. I mean, you're going to be picking up quite a bit of points just making it there at all. I mean, again, we talk about it. Victory royale, you pick up those 25 points. Coming through in second, that's an easy 22 points. And if we were talking about how close it was on the standings, that could make or break your game, and that can make or break your opportunity to get into finals. So very, very good to see these solos really. I don't know, making magic. Even Travis, as a solo, had to really make something happen there for the team to get themselves a good first game.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to see that the teams are still fighting tooth and nail right towards that end. It gives me a little bit of hope they're coming through for those final games. As you do know, 5 matches, so 5 opportunities for the teams to get to the top, and it grows. I mean, those scoreboards they leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. So if you're not able to stay ahead of, or at least stay, keep up with the competition, you're going to fall behind, and then you're not going to be in top 4. You're not going to get that prize pool. It's going to suck. So hopefully the teams are going to bring it. They're all on Saturday. They're going to make sure that they're staying active. They're going to make sure they're keeping up with the pace.
Well, exactly, well said over there. It is that pace that they need to keep active too. So let's hope that this team is able to do, or all teams that qualify top 24 from Group 1, top 24 from Group 2, make it all the way to grand finals. For those of you who are already celebrating, congratulations, you guys have made it. Well, it now comes down to who comes top 4 in the grand finals of the All-Star Fortnite competition. I mean, it's going to be tooth and nail moments that we have over here. It's gonna rain cat and dogs there in Endgame. I'm telling you, you are gonna have earthquakes set and tsunamis happening. It's just gonna be a whole set of a disaster for Endgame, and I'm looking forward to it. And we'll be joined by another guest on Saturday. Hope you guys do enjoy that one over there. It's gonna be quite interesting. But Ez, do you want to do the closing for the evening?
I got you. So, of course, we do have to give a final shout out to our fantastic sponsors. Of course, the Fortnite All Stars competition is proudly brought to you by Incredible Connection All Star Gaming and Asus Republic of Gamers. All Star Gaming is working hard, very hard, to vitalize the esports scene by offering South African gamers amazing competitive opportunities. And we've spoken about how amazing this opportunity is for the Fortnite scene in South Africa. So, of course, Incredible Connection and Aces Republic of Gamers also work hard to provide gamers with also some fantastic quality offers on quality products. So you can go shop for your newest or latest Asus ROG gear over on either incredibleconnection.co.za, so incredible.co.za, or one of the 70 stores nationwide. So go make sure you're checking out Incredible Connection, Asus, Republic of Gamers, and of course, a big shout out to Metal State for the production and for bringing us in to witness all of the action. Finals are on Saturday. And as me and Ira have said, it's going to be absolutely jam packed. So you want to make sure that you're going to tune into the action, keep up to date with the socials, either on Incredible Connection, Aces, Republic of Gamers, or Middle State to find out the dates and times exactly, but it's on the same channel. So at least you've got that much covered. It's going to be good. And you want to make sure you're joining me and Ira and our special guest on Saturday.
Indeed. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys on Saturday. It's been an amazing, amazing cast and production with Ez. Guys, see you then.